Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Pat Gray Unleashed, sponsored by ExpressVPN. Your data is your business. Protect it at expressvpn.com/unleashed. Well, just more fun than we could have ever possibly imagined, I think, is what we're having right now. Are we? It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just a few of the things we'll be covering today. Okay, just a brief outline.
A smattering, if you will.
California is considering martial law. So, got that going for us.
Well, neat.
Orange County has banned all public and private gatherings, including work. Yeah, you can't go to work. It does look like all theaters nationwide now are just shutting down. They've shut down in our area now. Out where I live, they've closed all those really nice theaters with the leather recliners and all that. They're just closed indefinitely. Most airline flights are being canceled right now. GM, Ford, Chrysler have closed all U.S. plants. So they're not manufacturing automobiles. Why would you? You're just an automobile manufacturing company. You want us to keep doing it all the time?
I mean, won't be long before you can't afford them since you don't have a job.
For sure. A Texas man was arrested for lying about testing positive for the virus online.
Online?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of the scam.
On Facebook, I think it was.
Where, you write on a piece of paper, I have the coronavirus, so if a cop pulls you over, you just hold that up to the window.
Wonder if that would work.
Move along, copper.
I think that would work on me if I was a cop. Okay. See ya.
You know what? This is going to be
Just
a
kidding.
warning. Let's go. Keep moving.
So, yeah, you just lied on Facebook. I don't know why you'd lie about testing positive. I don't know if you're trying to scam somebody or you just want attention. But he lied about it and was arrested.
Weird.
Since when is lying on Facebook a crime for which you can be arrested?
Yeah, we would have to arrest everyone in the world.
Yeah. There are people calling 911 to report that a neighbor has been coughing. Just unbelievable. They actually have things that they need to be doing and looking after and actual emergencies that are happening that they need to tend to.
I don't know about that in Oklahoma City. I don't know if that's on your list there. Mm-hmm.
What's the Oklahoma City thing?
Oklahoma City, you are asked to call 911 if you suspect a business is in operation and people are gathered inside.
A business is in operation?
Yeah.
And they're supposed to all be closed in Oklahoma
yeah,
City?
The tweet,
every business is closed in Oklahoma City?
I don't know all the details, but we'll
get into that.
We got the tweet from them, yeah.
Jeez, I mean... So what I want to know today is how you feel about all this. I'd really love to hear from you on the phone at 888-900-3393 because it's officially Take the Temp Thursday. Just want to take the temperature of the room. How are you feel? What's it like in your area, in your local area? Where 109.9 The Frog is the most popular station in town.
No, well, the Big Frog.
The Big Frog, yes. So what's it like where you are? People panicking? Is everything closed? Are we too freaked out? Are we not freaked out enough?
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, we did the poll over the weekend among PatHeads, and overwhelmingly said that we're freaking out. We need to get a grip. 72%, I believe, said that.
So, yeah, I want to talk to people about this. How long do you think this will last? Are you prepared enough to make it through? So 888-900-3393. I mean, it's been surreal driving around Dallas-Fort Worth. It's eerie. I left the station probably 3:30 yesterday afternoon. I mean, there's 7.5 million people in this metroplex, so there's at least some traffic at all times. I mean, everywhere. Pulled out of the studio parking lot, and not only was no one coming near me, there was no one at the intersection. There was no one as far as I could see down the road. This is a fairly main thoroughfare in Irving, Texas. The freeway traffic when I got there was incredibly light for, the start of drive home. You're driving home. It's drive time traffic. I got to the grocery store and, like everywhere else, there were tons of items and some weird ones just completely cleaned out. All bread was gone. There wasn't one loaf of bread to be had. And then my grandson loves hot dogs, so I was going to pick up some hot dogs. They're gone. All of them.
Oh, boy.
Hot dogs, all cold cuts, gone. except some kind of weird bar S hot dog that I've never heard of. And I thought, well, everybody else is ignoring that. I better too, because
what?
That's probably
you didn't
not
try
good.
It?
No, I didn't.
You got to be bold, man.
Almost all the cereal was gone.
Really? The cereal?
Mm-hmm. Canned goods cleaned out.
Yeah.
And I asked 3 store employees, hey, how often do you guys restock? Restock? Yeah. You know, when a truck rolls up and you take the items off the truck and put them in your store and unbox them and put them on the shelves. How often does that happen? I don't know. Has no one asked that question? Is there a manager that has prepped their employees for a pretty obvious, frequently asked question?
Okay, well, let's be fair. You were using a big word such as restock.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
It's 2 syllables,
It's
man.
complex.
Come on. Well, they're constantly stocking whenever I go to Walmart.
Yeah, I know.
Around the clock.
I think it happens almost every day at a major grocery store. Don't trucks arrive every day?
And this is what we were afraid of going back the last few weeks, is not so much the health issues, but the economic fallout.
Right.
And this is more extreme at this point than I think we anticipated.
Right.
This is...
I'm starting to think we're going to survive the virus and maybe be killed in the depression that follows it.
Right. I think that this is a fun fact for you. The state of Rhode Island, okay, on Tuesday, March 10th, 10 unemployment claims in the entire state. 10. 1 week later, Tuesday, March 17th, 8,186.
Jeez. Wow.
It went up from 10 to 8,186 in 7 days.
That seems like a significant increase.
I'm not good at math.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to defer to you on this.
Lot.
But I thought it was worth noting because the numbers were so different. I thought, throw this out there. Maybe Pat can find something with this.
That's over 3.5%, I'm going to say. The unemployment rate nationally before all this started was 3.5 or 3.6%. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it's slightly above that.
It's
that kind of increase anyway in a week. That's unbelievable.
And there will be new jobs, such as Amazon talking about their expansion, these delivery jobs, stuff like that. But I don't know that they're going to make up what is being severely impacted right now. But there's some good news that came out about the virus itself. You know, we got no new cases, if you believe China, no new cases there locally in Wuhan. So that was good overnight. And someone sent me a thing where Italy, 99.2% of the deaths from the coronavirus in Italy were patients that had underlying health issues in addition to the coronavirus. 99.2% had something else like heart disease or diabetes or very high blood pressure. So that's, I think, worth noting.
Yeah.
Let's keep this into perspective here.
Then we've got the parade of stupid. There are some people that are so but stupid. It's embarrassing for the human race.
Yeah.
Like this girl, young woman on a plane taking the coronavirus challenge. See what that entails. Check this out. This is
Corona time.
Come on now.
Hey, it's Corona time right now.
Okay, so she licked a toilet seat. She licked an airline toilet seat.
Wow.
Now you would hope, that they're just trying to be cute, and they took an incredible precaution.
Yeah, she said she bleached the seat.
She bleached the seat before. Okay.
Whatever.
But that is asinine. That's just thinning of the herd.
Whoa. Time out. I just saw something.
Thinning of the herd.
Time out. No way was that seat bleached before. Did she get that? Did she get bleach onto a plane so she could do this?
I don't know. By bleach, you probably had paper towelettes or whatever. The bleach towels. I don't know. I don't know, but that is just
gross.
What are you trying to prove? I guess you just want clicks. You just want people to notice you. Mm-hmm. Okay, we noticed how unbelievably stupid you are. Your family must be proud. Whole family. I bet they're very, very proud of her right now. Mm-hmm. I just can't. I can't believe it. What would possess for? You know what we should
attention,
do?
Just like earlier.
Get on the airplane, and we'll go into the lavatory, and we will. You can lick the toilet seat. Won't that be great? Okay, that'll show how bold and brave we are. We're just out of control. We're off the hook.
Off the hook. Oh, we got to bring that back, y'all. Off the hook. Hashtag off the hook.
We're off the chain off the hook. We're off the hook and the chain right now. That's how crazy we are.
You're off the chain and the hook?
And the hook. Yeah. Yeah, we're off of almost everything. Our rockers. We're off our rocker, too.
That's accurate.
Yes.
That's accurate.
Wow. I don't even know what to say about most of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's insane.
And
it's embarrassing.
You're absolutely right about if the virus doesn't do us in, which it definitely is showing. You've got experts saying it's showing signs of slowing down.
Yeah, it's not going to do us in.
Right. It's the aftermath.
Yeah.
It's all the cause and effect. And you can thank the media for overhyping this.
Right.
But our society is so we can't handle a four-way stop. We can't handle a roundabout. Think we're going to handle all this hysteria?
Oh, we've got so many roundabouts now in the suburbs in this area. And people don't know what to do with them. They just don't. We're not used to them.
But we'll handle a global pandemic and all the panic.
But yeah, that'll be fine.
We're good.
Sure. And the government, as much as you bitch about the government all the time, Democrats, how incompetent they are, you're trying to get them to take over everything, including health care.
The fallout from this.
It's crazy. It should result in people saying, hey, yeah, you know what? We should leave this to private industry. Let's leave it in the hands of, I don't know, people who know what they're doing and do it for a living.
The economy, the laws, the regulations, all this fallout from this is going to make the virus itself
it won't be that,
pale
though.
in comparison.
It won't be that, though. And you look at the Republicans who are just like lemmings following Trump off the cliff of spending. Good golly, $1.2 trillion just like that. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I love that now. I now love bailouts. Well, why do you love bailouts? You hated them under Obama. Well, these are not normal circumstances. I see. So you have conservative values and principles only when things are normal. And if anything deviates from that course, then you throw all of that out the window. Huh. Okay. That's great. 888-900-3393. Let's talk to Jeffrey in Florida. Hey, Jeffrey, you're on the Blaze.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, thanks for keeping me company every morning, guys. I'm a over-the-road truck driver, and I think that governments at just about every level, especially in the bigger metropolitan areas, I mean, this is just a big power grab, and they're using the hysteria from the media, and it's setting a dangerous precedent for the future. I mean, this country's swinging dangerously to the left, and I can foresee down the road declaring a national emergency because of pollution, and then the next thing you know, we're all, forbidden to drive for 2 weeks at a time.
Absolutely, that could happen.
I mean, it's ridiculous, and trying to find food if you're a truck driver right now is really hard. I mean, I went to Walmart yesterday, and they've condensed their hours to where we can't even get there. They used to be 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I can't even get a parking spot to even find food, and they're closing all the restaurants we eat at. So we can't go through drive-thrus with a 53-foot ball and chain behind us. I mean, it's just we can't do it. And Pat, I wanted to ask you, was the government funding for abortions? Did that get kicked out of that stimulus package, or did that stay in?
Yeah, no, they
get kicked out.
It did. Yeah.
Thank God.
Pelosi. Yeah,
Thank
I know. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jeffrey.
You're welcome.
Good luck out there on the road.
Stay
That's
safe,
got to be
please.
tough.
You guys are so important.
But yeah, when they found out that Pelosi was trying to sneak that in, they did get rid of that.
Yeah, but we did get good news yesterday. If you need an abortion in the state of Kentucky, PatHead Erica Callahan, she informed us that the state's abortion-funded clinics that those are still open. The governors make sure that they got rid of Matt Bevin, and they got this new guy, and so those doors are still open.
Good.
So while
good.
All these other essential services aren't, boy, at least that one's still alive.
Well, it's essential to kill children in a time of need.
Yeah.
Am I not right?
I mean,
you always want to be able to kill babies.
It's always something you want to do.
So at least the Democrats that's what they want. That is their priority. It's either that or getting our guns from us, or ranting and raving about the climate. Those are the three things they do the most and the best, and that's what they care about in life. So That's great that they were able to do that in Kentucky.
So,
nice job.
Good job, Kentucky.
Again, their families must be proud, too. They must be really proud. Let's see. Steve in Indiana. You're on the Blaze. Hi. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, man.
This is Mel in Walla Walla.
Oh.
Yeah, I went, I had to pick up some ammo yesterday and go shoot some clays. And hit 3 different places, and they're fully stocked.
Okay.
Full of, there's plenty of stock and weapons, and wasn't that many people hanging around. But as far as like the groceries, there's nothing short. Everybody's
Really?
But this small town.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Small town. It's a big towns that I think are panicking because I got relatives in San Diego, and that aren't firearms people that are called me and said, "Hey, can you give me some advice? I want to." And I said, "Well, geez, kind of told you a long time ago." But, now,
right?
You're kind of,
Thank you.
Now you're going to be waiting for a little bit.
It is nice to be able to say, "I told you so." You didn't listen to me then. I bet you wish you had.
Yeah. Like, always, hey, what? How come you got to have so many guns?
Right.
I like them. But yeah. The small towns, there was no limit
panic
on ammo or.
That's great.
There's no panic. I mean, pretty much, we're carrying on.
Okay, but you're doing this all wrong. Instead of reminding these friends of yours or whoever, hey, I already told you about this long ago. What you should be doing is you should be saying, "Oh, I know, I should have planned too. I didn't either," because you don't want them knowing that your house is the place that's got all the stuff. So you need to act like you're with them. And I guess I should have took my own advice.
Well, I got a couple big safes.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, stay safe.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, my gun, I've mentioned this before.
Right.
I don't know what happened to it. I lost it.
Yep. Is that the same boating accident that you had where all of your toilet paper went overboard as well?
Yes. And my food storage.
Your food storage, your water.
I was going to go and, spend some time on an island.
Yeah. So you were planned ahead. You
on this
packed
massive
up and
lake.
Yeah.
I planned ahead. I put my year's supply of food in there. I put my guns in there. I put all the toilet paper in there.
You're a thinker.
And then I set sail for the island.
What happened?
And it turned over and capsized. And I haven't seen it since.
That poor little boat couldn't handle all that toilet paper.
No, that's probably what did it. That was the last straw.
Well, shoot.
Darn it. What are you going to do? Let me tell you about Rough Greens VitaSmart. This is really good stuff. My dog absolutely loves this stuff. And the great thing about it is it's really good for her. She doesn't even know it. She doesn't care about it. But she is absolutely returning to her puppy-like form. Dry dog food sterilizes. The manufacturers sterilize the dry dog food so that it can last up to 3 years on the grocery store shelf. And in that process, they kill everything good in it, all the microbacteria, the probiotics and enzymes and all of that stuff. Well, Rough Greens VitaSmart puts it all back in. You just take a scoop and sprinkle it on your dog's food. Amazingly, my dog absolutely loves it. Glenn's dog, Stu's dog, they gobble this stuff up. And if you're concerned or disturbed by gobbling up, then you can see it as gobbling it down.
Much better.
Right. But I'm sorry, when you see a food you like and you're really hungry, don't you say, "Oh, I could eat that all up."
Yeah.
You could eat it up or you could eat it down. Which is it?
This is seriously
it's an ongoing battle.
Hottest topic of debate on Twitter for PatHeads.
For months now, we've been debating gobble up and gobble down. Anyway, this is not an actual dog food. It's a dog food supplement that you sprinkle on it and just make your dog's food better. Take the Rough Greens 14-day Jumpstart Challenge today for just $14.95, and you'll see the difference in your dog in 14 days or less. If you want to see your dog thrive again, act like a puppy again, go to roughgreens.com/blaze. That's RUFF greens.com/blaze.
Pat
All right, just kind of taking the temperature of the room. Take the temp Thursday and seeing how things are with you. How do you feel about all of this? Is it overblown? Is it not hyped enough? Hard to believe anybody with it's not hyped enough because, man.
Yeah, when we did that poll over the
about.
weekend, it was 5%. 5% says it's not hyped enough. So it was 72, I think, said it's overhyped. 5% was it's not hyped enough. So what's that leave? 23%? We're like, yeah, it's just right.
888-900-3393. Jody in Illinois, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Hi, how are you? This
Doing
is
good.
Auntie. Oh, sorry. This is Auntie in the attic, and I'm reporting from the attic.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
How's it going up there?
So it's an attic. It's old. And I'm old, so I belong in the attic, right?
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So anyway.
What's happening?
What's up? What's going on up there?
Well, let's see. I put my dog out on the porch to pee because nobody will come to take the dog because they're afraid the old lady in the attic has the coronavirus.
So do people otherwise come and take your dog out for a walk?
Oh,
as a rule,
yeah.
Okay.
They occasionally show up and hose the door with sanitation, and they come and get them and take them out. But it's raining right now. I don't know if y'all have rain down in Texas or.
We do on a pretty regular basis.
It's pouring rain here. It's cold and rainy, and it's an attic. I'm in an attic.
Well, I hope things warm up in the attic. Thanks, Jody.
I mean, are you allowed to
Appreciate it.
leave the attic, Jody?
Apparently, she's holed up in there for good.
She is #off the hook.
As a matter of fact, yesterday we had such a deluge in the DFW area that there wasn't ponding on the freeways. There was laking.
Yes.
Or oceaning.
Oceaning.
I hydroplaned almost the whole way here.
In fact, I think I swam the last mile into the studio.
And then today it's going to be 81 degrees. Tomorrow, like 55. So probably be a tornado in there somewhere as well.
I know we talk about this park just down the street here, but it is. They need to just pull out every structure there and call it a lake.
I'd love to. It's a gigantic
Lake Irving
park, and I'd love to see how much they've spent trying to stop the flooding. Nothing they have ever done, and they spent. It's got to be in the tens of millions of dollars. Nothing they've done has stopped the flooding there.
It is.
I think that park
surreal.
is a total wash.
It's
literally a wash.
I mean, you see, like on a good day, you see the bike path disappear into the lake and then come out the other side. That's a good day.
And then on a bad day, you don't see it come back anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. During this period, it's literally rained every day here since Friday. And that is Lake Irving.
At least we're not holed up in an attic like Jody is. So I hope that
I mean, should we send help?
I don't know, maybe.
Was that a cry for help that we just didn't pick up the frequency?
Let's go to Denise in Texas. Hey, Denise, you're on the Blaze.
Good morning. How are you gentlemen doing? Y'all are funny.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Harvey hit here first, the last hurricane, and we were 85% back to normal. And now I work for a vacation resort company, and people are coming back. They are canceling, but the beaches are crowded. Mm-hmm. We have food in the store. Granted, we do run out of eggs and milk, but they restock it. Nothing shut down.
That's great. Oh, nothing? You haven't lost any movie theaters or restaurants?
We don't have any theaters here.
Oh.
We're on an island. We're on Mustang Island, which is 40 minutes south of Corpus Christi.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's pretty remote.
Wow, you can get south of Corpus Christi. That's pretty cool.
Have you banned people from coming onto your island, though?
Well, the problem is this used to be a secret of Texas. Who thought Texas had an island, but we do. There's several. I mean, North Padre is one of them. But
Padre Island I've heard of. I haven't heard of yours, though. What's it called again?
It's called Port Aransas. We're on Mustang Island.
Okay. Well, the secret's out now.
Yep.
Now you're going to get visitors.
No, the hurricane brought the hurricane, and when we needed people to come help us put this town back together. And a lot of people discovered this town. But, yeah, it's a little jewel. And when I first moved here, there were, 3,000 people. There's probably a little bit more now. But it's really nice here, and people are still coming, still showing up. They're canceling too, but they're still showing up.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Denise. It's hard to believe there are, still pockets of places where it hasn't affected them as much. Maybe that's just because we live in a gigantic, metroplex. And if you live in a really big city, big metropolitan area, it might be a little different and feel a little different than small town America. Maybe there are places where restaurants aren't closing, bars aren't closing, but in the major cities, they're all being forced now to close. And if they don't, they face jail time. If they don't, they face massive fines and prosecution, which is, that's nuts. That's nuts. So we want to see how things are with you and how you're feeling about all of this right now. We also have a chem teacher who explained the coronavirus. I think he's got some good things to say about it, right? Doesn't this guy say...
He just breaks it down for us, what it is.
And here we go. I don't know this guy's name.
Here we go.
But here it is.
I want to talk to you about something that's really important right now.
Okay.
This stuff and why you should be using it. First, a little context.
Pause for a second.
Probably heard.
What was that? What did he flash
It
up
was
there?
Dawn dish soap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, start over again. I want to see this from the top. Here it is. Go ahead.
I want to talk to you about something that's really important right now.
Please.
This stuff and why you should be using it.
Mm-hmm.
First, a little context.
Okay.
You've probably heard about the coronavirus a lot lately.
Not at all.
No.
This is my attempt at drawing an example of the coronavirus.
That's pretty good.
Notice that the outside of the virus is labeled lipid bilayer. That's going to be important in just a minute.
Ah.
The other big component are the guts of the virus. The RNA guts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes you sick.
Okay.
Oh.
Soaps can break down this lipid bilayer. They can basically cause the virus to rupture. And they do that by breaking apart the...
So can we eat soap and kill the virus then? We eat soap, get it into our system, and it breaks up the virus for us inside our bodies.
No, you inject it into your bloodstream.
All right.
That's what you do with soap.
Get some dial and just have a doctor administer this because you don't want to do it yourself. And just inject a big vial of dial.
Judy?
Don't do this.
Don't you do this,
Don't
Judy.
try that at home. Go and talk to a doctor about it first.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what else.
They do that by breaking apart these intermolecular attractions that hold the outside envelope of the
I was just gonna
virus
say
together.
that. Yeah.
This works because soaps have reasonably strong attractive forces that can form between the lipid bilayer and the soap molecule.
You knew this.
If I had to model it, I'd kind of do it like this.
Here we go. Watch this.
This is the virus.
Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Oh!
Wash your hands. Stay safe.
Boom. See, look at that. So
Kind
that's
of
why-
interesting.
Yeah, so soap is the key.
He makes it sound really easy to kill it, though. I mean, soap, right? Soap kills it, which is why they keep saying just do soap. You don't need the...
And if people had listened to us when we tweeted about this and talked about this...
Wash your hands.
Literally 2 months ago...
Wash your hands.
I'm just saying.
Wash your hands. I mean, that is the number one thing they've been saying all along, and they're still saying it, and there's still people ignoring it. And I mean, you've got idiots who are going out and doing spring break together. Of course, when you're young like that, when you're millennial, you think you're invincible. What I don't understand about what's going on right now is their antipathy for baby boomers. Man, they seem to have a thing about the older generation, and don't care if they all die out. In fact, want them to in some cases. Some of these millennials are expressing that. What was the hashtag that was going around from millennials about baby boomers and this boomer eliminator? Or
I don't know what
it was something a little more clever
I'm
than
glad
that.
at least didn't catch on in
Yeah. But
the realm
jeez.
that I go to.
People, just use your noodle on this, would you?
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Now, and there are a lot of safety tips that have come out of this that we should probably take to heart. Wash your hands. Don't eat bats.
Well, now you're asking too much.
You think
now
that's-
you've gone too
I'm pushing
far.
it?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think I am?
All right, you know what? Okay, just wash your hands. We'll
Okay.
work on the
We'll
bat
work on
stuff
the bats later.
Okay, I know.
Maybe just eat less bat than we usually do.
Bridge too far. I'm sorry. Okay.
Let's take a baby step, okay? 888-900-3393 with your thoughts.
Now back to Pat Gray on the Blaze Radio Network.
Got some tweets here at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Climate change, take the wheel. Tweets. If you're willing to lick an airline toilet seat, that just makes me think that's not the most disgusting place your tongue has been. Never dating that girl. I mean, that's dumb as dirt. And again, that's thinning of the herd. And they get so upset if you say that. Well, come on. I mean, it doesn't get any more stupid than that, does it? I mean, what are you trying to get sick? Are you trying to make others sick? Because once you're sick, then you inflict that on people around you.
And she's
idiot.
Yeah. Is there going to be a follow-up story in about 2 weeks? That she has
the virus?
Yeah.
Let's show this again. Okay. The girl on the airline toilet seat.
Don't eat
really
breakfast.
Unreal.
It's Corona time. Hey, it's Corona time right now.
Plus, if she was really committed,
hey, it's Corona
she would have
right
licked
now.
all
run the
way
length of the
it.
seat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That ain't nothing.
I mean, that's a poser lick right there. Whatever.
When you lick the inside of the toilet bowl, now you're talking about something.
Yes, when you use the bristles of the toilet brush as dental floss, then we'll talk, lady.
Then we'll be impressed. Wow, that was really amazing. Experienced social distancer tweets. These grocery stores are constantly restocking and even adjusting their hours to do more stocking. The supply is running low. Yeah, that's going to be the problem here, probably pretty soon.
Yeah.
Production warehouses are stopping work, and distributors are cautious about sending product.
Mm-hmm. You saw the next nightmare in all this residual is drug shortage on the horizon.
I saw that.
And the FDA not saying which drug they're already running short on because they don't want there to be, obviously, panic.
That's going to be unpleasant when that happens. That will be very unpleasant. Ryan Patrick, if it rains enough, maybe Keith can get a boat and finally make it over to Pat's house.
Oh, would you allow me? If I'm able to row a boat through the flooding waters here of North Texas,
and
I show up at your house
all the way to my house,
because there's no road.
Have at it. Sure.
But the water might get. Okay, will you let me in?
Well, we'll see. We'll see if you can get there. Let's take this one at a time.
Well, I don't want to go through all the trouble of rowing to your house, knocking on the door, and you're like, oh, I hadn't made a decision yet.
Just baby steps. Don in Iowa. How are things going in Iowa?
Good, Pat. How are you doing today?
Good.
I'm in sales in the manufacturing sector, and in Iowa, well, actually in the upper Midwest, and it's kind of amazing how we've got about 20% of my customers that are not allowing visitors, but most of them are. As long as you're healthy, they have a little checklist, or check you or scan you for a fever or whatever when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
But it's kind of business as usual for the most part. But the thing I notice is on the, being on the road most of the time is, especially now with the restaurants closed in Iowa. I was at the Iowa 80 truck stop yesterday, and they had the food court restaurants were open. All the tables and chairs are stacked up, and the thing is, these truck drivers need to get out of their rigs every once in a while, and there's no place for them to do it, so they have to take their food back into the rigs to do it. And I just see this as, I don't want this to, I just think we're overreacting, and I'm concerned about the long-term consequences of all this.
Me too.
And and no one is talking about that. About the businesses. How long can they survive being closed or losing? For 60-70% of their income, and all they can do carry out and drive-through stuff. And when the people losing their being laid off, I just think we're blowing this way out of proportion. I hope it doesn't become a bigger deal than it is, but I'm just concerned about the long-term effects and how much freedom we're going to lose over this whole deal.
Right, but all legitimate. Appreciate it. Thanks, Don. Really legitimate concerns, and that's what I've been really worried about too: is surviving the virus, and then not surviving the depression that follows. Because, geez, how are these small business owners going to be closed for 3 months and stay afloat? Can the government make everybody whole like that? They can't.
This is a good time while you're on lockdown with your kids is to ingrain in them the freedoms that they inherited from the founders over 200 years ago. This is the kind of stuff that they need to know as a second nature. because they're going to spend the rest of their lives trying to get back what we're losing over the next few months.
Yeah, it's a really good time to practice a little homeschooling. Since they're there anyway, maybe they could learn something while they're home from school. Things are not being taught at school necessarily. Yeah. Jared in West Virginia, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, few quick points I'll get to. First, I was working as a firefighter in 2008, 2009 when the H1N1 was going on, and we set up a clinic at the local high school in a town of 20,000, and maybe 1,000 people showed up, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And but in my opinion, there was that was the infancy of Facebook, Twitter, so there was no vehicle for the populace to spread the mass hysteria.
Right.
Second, a lot of smaller municipalities around here I've seen are posting that if you're caught selling paper products, you will be fined and all your products will be confiscated. The larger cities, like Morgantown, where the university's at, has said they are going to fine any gatherings of more than 10 people. And then, personally, we have a farm. I've got a freezer full of beef, deer meat, canned vegetables. I'm not worried personally. What I'm worried about, like you said, on the larger scale, I haul oil from the wells to the barge facilities where it's loaded to go to the refineries. And in the last month, the price that we get per barrel has dropped over 60%.
Right. Yeah, that's, for people in that industry, you're going to be really hard hit for a while.
Yep. And the final thing is I have a family member who's supposed to retire in May, and she is pushing 6 figures lost in her retirement account. So she's thinking about having to push her retirement date back because the stock market's tanking right now. So
yeah. Yep. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jared. If she can hold on, she probably should, because if you take it out, you're not going to recoup those losses right now. You just lost 40% of your money, which is, really bad. Really, really bad. But if we can get through this to the other side, I really think that'll come back eventually. It always does.
Well, you did see that all of the gains made during the Trump administration now
were lost. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like 40%. It went up 40% since Trump, and now it's down 40%.
Yep.
It's painful. It's really painful.
And he's talking about the price of oil. They're going down 60%. Yeah, here in the Metroplex, what are we down to? Like $1.60 something.
They're saying the gas could hit 99 cents in the next few weeks. 99 cents a gallon.
Do you remember back in the late 90s, gas was really cheap, and it was trading at $9 a barrel, I recall. And it bottomed out. I remember getting gas in Austell, Georgia. Hello, Austell. 59 cents a gallon. I paid 59 cents a gallon in February of 1999. So I wanted to see what the equivalent would be today, and I went to some inflation calculator yesterday. If it gets to 93 cents a gallon here in the year 2020, it's the equivalent of that dirt cheap gas that we had 59 cents a gallon in Metro Atlanta 21 years ago.
Well, we'll see. And while 99 cents a gallon sounds really good, and it is good for those of us filling our gas tank up, it's really bad for Texas. It's really bad for the oil industry. It's
and it's going to make...
It's bad for fracking because that's an expensive process, and it just shuts things down.
And the lower the price of oil goes, the more folks like Vladimir Putin feel like they need to flex their muscles because they need... What was the price? A minimum of...
It was $70 a barrel or something.
I almost said 60. So it's somewhere in that range where it's bad news for Russia, and then Putin starts to rattle the sabers.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Patriot Mobile. Really well-named company because they are patriots. They're fighting against the big media companies, the big cell phone companies like AT&T and Verizon. The big tech companies, the Facebooks, the Twitters of the world, they're all fighting against us with left-wing stuff and donate a lot of money to left-wing causes and left-wing candidates. Well, Patriot Mobile is the only cell phone service that does the opposite. They donate a portion of your monthly bill to organizations that fight for what you believe in. The right to bear arms, pro-life organizations, religious liberty. They support veterans. And their plans start as low as $25 a month, so you don't have to compromise your pocketbook for your conviction. Patriot Mobile Comes with all their plans come with unlimited talk, text, and the same reliable nationwide service you get from everybody else because they're on the same 4 towers that everybody else is on. Might seem like a hassle, and you don't want to go through a hassle, but they make switching really easy too, because they know that you don't want to go through a hassle. So you could keep your number, you can get a new one, you can bring your phone, you could buy a new phone, whatever you want to do, they can accommodate you. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat today and get free activation when you use the offer code PAT. Plus, you get a free gift when you open a new line. Or call their U.S.-based customer service team at 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT or patriotmobile.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Pat, currently a barrel of oil, $20. 20.
That is unbelievable.
Not good.
Oof, $20. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Again,
that seems really good because at the pump it is. Mm-hmm. It is. But if you're looking at it a little bit deeper and worried about the economy, the energy sector is a huge part of the economy, and that's not going to be good for them.
And you talked about how empty the roads are right now.
Very.
Nobody's going anywhere.
It's eerie.
Demand goes down. And, speaking of supply and demand, I was just thinking how the guy who was selling the hand sanitizer stuff in the state of Tennessee came in and confiscated it and made him donate the rest. At what point in our society, where is that line where it's like, oh, now it's justifiable to come and take this guy's private property?
I don't know, but we're not there.
No.
I don't know that we ever get there, really.
Yeah. Thank you.
888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So we got this pandemic going. We got the plague of locusts in the Middle East, Africa, Asia. We have the earthquakes. 5.7 yesterday.
In Utah.
In Salt Lake City.
I mean, it feels like a SimCity game gone bad. It's like when you get bored with your town, you just start throwing everything at it. The only thing left, I think, is like we have to ward off an alien attack.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, at this point, bring it.
And the outrageous predictions of the experts aren't helping either. I mean, the 20% unemployment thing, how does saying that all the time help at all? Does it help you prevent it? Or does it freak people out and make it more likely? Are we talking ourselves into a depression? How does it help when the CDC says, yeah, there's going to be 100 million sick. There's going to be like 5 million hospitalized, 2.2 million dead. How do predictions like that help? Do they help us? Because I don't see how. I think it talks us into all this stuff. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let's not let that happen. So how do you feel about things? 888-900-3393, taking your temperature today. Laura in Texas. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
Hi, Pat. How you doing?
Doing good.
And I do care.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
Not just make a small talk. See, I'm driving to work. I work at a grocery store here in Central Texas. And I can tell you why the kid, when you were asking, when are you getting a truck? Well, I don't know. Because we don't know. We have 4 days a week that we get trucks.
Mm-hmm.
But not anymore.
Really?
This week, we were expecting a truck on a Tuesday between 10 and noon. It showed up at 6 o'clock Wednesday. So
wow.
It's still coming. I can tell you this. Hens are still laying. Cows are still giving milk. Georgia Pacific is still cutting down trees. We just don't know when things are going to come. And and the supply chain, it's slowed down, but it's not stopping. ConAgra is still now. The only thing to be concerned about is what happens when a line worker at ConAgra tests positive. Then we might have problems. But I got to tell you, this panic is overblown. It's insanity. There was a woman in the store the other day shopping and complaining about the hoarders. And then when she checked out, she had $286 of canned goods. Really?
$286 worth of canned goods at about, 70 cents each?
Yes.
That's a lot of canned goods.
This woman must be into sodium or something. I went and checked the shelves after that. Chef Boyardee pasta, just whoa.
Oh, man.
And and then the other woman yesterday who bumped into one of her friends while she was shopping. Oh, are you finding everything you need? Oh, I don't know. I don't really need anything. I'm like, why are you here?
I know. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Laura. I think part of that is you see everybody else doing it, and so you think, well, it's not going to be there when I do need it, so I'm going to get even more of it right now. Mm-hmm. I think that's how that works.
Well, it's everybody that didn't plan ahead to begin with, years ago.
Yeah. But who planned ahead for toilet paper? Who's got a year's supply of toilet paper? We don't have that. I mean, we have a year's supply of food, but I don't have a year's supply of toilet paper.
Wow.
And so then you see all the toilet paper being gone, and you think, well, I'm going to run out of toilet paper eventually. So I'm going to go get more toilet paper. And then you start to panic when you see there's no toilet paper.
My neighbor texted me last night, down to 16 rolls.
Were they trying to bum some off you?
No, he was just telling me he just got back into town and stuff. Anyway,
down to 16 rolls.
Robert, I want you to keep giving me that toilet paper count because I'll toss something over the fence for you if need be.
Let's go to Court in Texas. Got about a minute, Court. Go ahead.
You there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, how y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Hey, first of all, I want to tell y'all that I love y'all. God bless y'all, and thank y'all for what y'all do.
Appreciate
every day.
it.
Y'all in the Blaze.
Thank you.
First of all, I'm a truck driver for Texas Healthcare Linen. We deliver linen to y'all, Abilene Regional, and Hendricks here in Abilene and Odessa, and all these hospitals. Like I give you your bed sheets, blankets, and all that stuff.
Okay, hang on a second. We're not going to be able to get there in time. We got a network break here we got to get to, so we'll hold on.
Okay.
Come back on the other side with you. Court, thanks a lot. Hang on. 888-933-93, taking your temperature today. Things overblown? Or is it being hyped about right? Taking your calls, 888-933-93, just to find out where you are with this thing. Have we gone too far? Are we freaked out of our minds for no good reason? I mean, there's some good reason, obviously. Obviously, there's reason for concern. But have we gone too far with it all?
Overkill.
And is the government taking too much power on itself? Jeez, I don't think there's... Is there any question about that? Well, maybe, because I hear a lot of people, well, it's prudent right now. You know what? We got to. What do you mean we have to? What do you mean? Did you think that was only for good times when they said, when Benjamin Franklin said, if you sacrifice your freedom for your safety, you don't deserve either, and you're going to lose both? Do you think he meant only during good times? The time you're going to lose your freedom is in a time of crisis. Yeah, that's when it happens.
They had a few things going on back then, I think.
A couple.
I might be wrong.
I mean, to the point where look what John Adams did with the Alien and Sedition Act. That was completely un-American.
Yeah, not good.
And completely out of character for a man like John Adams. And it cost him a re-election. That's why he was only a one-term president.
Yeah, yesterday, 8 senators voted against that bill. That
8?
Yeah, McConnell said he was telling conservatives in the party, the Republican Party, quote, gag and vote for it anyways, end quote. Saying it's not perfect.
Wow.
We don't have time for perfect, so let's do this.
Let's not let perfect be the enemy of good.
That's what he said.
Shut up.
I think that's exactly what he said. Yeah.
I'm sure it is, because that's their new catchphrase now. No, that's what they say all the time. He did say it.
Hold on, I'm trying to
Don't
Google
let perfect be the enemy of good. Shut up.
Oh, man.
That's just your excuse to compromise your principles again. I don't know. I don't know how you get past this when everybody just agrees, even Republicans now, because it's Trump. If this was Bush, I think there'd be disagreement. You could disagree with Trump, and people did. I mean, with Bush. You could disagree with Bush, and people did. With Donald Trump, anything he says goes, and now you just support it as well. It doesn't have... Was Mike Lee one of the guys who voted against this? I hope. Please tell me he was. We'll look that up. But is there anybody who has their principles still in the Republican Party? Obviously, the Democrats love this. This is what they do. This is, we bail people out. We spend and we spend and we spend despite the fact we don't have it. Well, that's fine. Go ahead. Yeah. What's another $1.2 trillion among friends? I mean, we'll just make more. We're like Doritos. You eat all you want, we'll make more. Print all you want, or spend all you want, we'll just print more. Okay.
Yep, that's exactly.
Yeah. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Libertarians, doesn't matter. We're all socialists now. 888-900-3393.
Here's a McConnell quote. Ready?
Yeah.
Quote, I do not believe we should let perfection be the enemy of something that will help even a subset of workers.
That's so stupid.
Gag and vote for it anyway.
Gag and vote for it anyway. All right.
Okay, thank you.
See if you can find who voted against it.
Okay, yeah, the breakdown. Yep,
Mike Lee was one of those. Let's go back to Court, who was, we were talking about how things are in Texas. Where in Texas do you live, Court?
I'm in Abilene, Texas, so
okay.
I'm about 2.5 hours from y'all. But I'm a truck driver for Texas Healthcare Linen, so we deliver linen to DRMC and DMC there in Dallas and Abilene, Odessa, and a bunch of places. But, I mean, everybody in Abilene, except for the hospital people, are freaking out. It's really chill. Like, me and all the truck drivers are joking around because Lubbock's got a case now. I was like, okay, y'all get Lubbock and Dallas. I'll stay with the hospitals that don't have it. But I'm just going to tell you right now, the red line is going to be if they turn down the NFL. We're going to have to go on strike then.
Yes.
Happen.
Yes.
I'm with you.
I think we're all on that page.
Yes.
Thanks, Court. Appreciate it.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. I mean, we can kind of handle the NBA. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. Suspend your season. Major League Baseball, I don't like it, but okay.
No.
I can sort of do without it.
Again, as a representative for here at the negotiating table, he's not authorized to speak about Major League Baseball.
Well, I'm speaking for myself then. I'm kind of okay with it, but if it comes to the NFL,
okay, I'm with you there. That
I put my foot down.
You, me, and Court.
Yeah,
we are standing against
there's
that.
Many more than that.
One thing that the NBA and NFL did yesterday was make their league pass, field pass, game pass, that's what it is, and they made them free. So you can go back to the archives.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the NFL looked really cool. It was like 15 seasons or so of old games, something like that. Now, I couldn't log in because I'm like the one person in America who couldn't get it to work because I wanted to watch the Kansas City and the Rams game from 2 years ago, 54-51. I was all ready to watch that, but I couldn't get a log in. So I actually had to settle for I downloaded the NBA app.
But they made it free, and it normally costs, what, $99 or whatever?
29. I forget what it is. Through the next couple months. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so you're thinking of Sunday Ticket. That's a $400. But you could watch the old NBA games. I got that to work, and that was fun. So you could download that, go to like Roku or on your phone or whatever, check it out. But those are some good distractions there. By the way, you're 8 Republicans that voted against the deal yesterday.
Yeah.
Marsha Blackburn, Tennessee.
Okay.
James Inhofe, and James Lankford of Oklahoma. You guys are doing it right. Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, Rand Paul, Kentucky, Ben Sass, Nebraska, Tim Scott, South Carolina, Mike Lee, Utah.
I knew it. Thank you, Mike. Hey, you can always count on Mike Lee. That's awesome. That's awesome. And, of course, got an automatic
CNN. I bet you're on CNN. CNN.com?
Let's see. No, CBS. CBS News.
Okay, so.
But here's another distraction, and this is pretty cool. I think we touched on this yesterday, but didn't really get into it. Movie theaters are closed, but NBC Universal is going to release some of their movies directly to On Demand.
I love it.
So that's really kind of cool, because you wouldn't see them otherwise. Or they just delay them till later in the year. Well, this is a good way for them to make some money, too, in the meantime, because I think they're going to charge a little more. There'll be a premium if you want to rent a movie and see it right now before it gets to theaters.
They see like $20 or something like that?
Yeah, $19.99, I think.
Which sounds ridiculous on its surface, at least to someone that's cheap like me, but I would be paying tons more if I dragged my family out to a theater to see it times 5, right?
But you pay $20 and the whole family can watch it. So at the you're right. At the movie theater, it would have cost you, I don't know, $40, $45, $50. So the studio is going to release, this is Universal. They're releasing Invisible Man, The Hunt. Remember that thing that was about the liberals hunting the conservatives?
Oh, yeah.
So that's coming out now. And Emma, the new version of Emma, which, chicks are into. And can't wait to see. My wife really wants to see that. I like it too. It's a good movie. And some others are thinking about following suit. So, because you don't know how long the theaters are going to be closed. How long is that going to happen? I don't know. 3 months, 6 months, a year till we get a vaccine? I don't know.
Till football season.
And let's hope and pray there is one. Charlie in Wisconsin, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay. This, to me, looks like the perfect storm to destroy Trump, for one thing. I mean, the Dems and that are going to really take advantage of this. Look how I'm coughing.
Have you been tested, Charlie?
Okay, so anyhow, they're talking California, martial law.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with all these homeless people?
I don't know.
You're supposed to home in place.
Right. So when you shelter in place when you're homeless, I guess you stay underneath the bridge. I don't know. I don't know what you do there. That will be interesting to see what happens.
If we're not careful, we're going to have a lot more homeless here.
Thanks, Charlie. That's for sure. Although you can't be foreclosed on right now, right?
Yeah, Trump made it so yesterday the HUD got involved through April 30th, I believe.
Let's play some of what he had to say yesterday. He had a couple of major announcements that he made.
Afternoon, I'll be meeting with nurses on the front lines of the battle against the virus. They're truly American heroes. They want to get it done. They're incredible people. So we're going to be meeting with nurses, and I actually look forward to that. They're very brave. They're taking a lot of risk, and they have done an incredible job, and they never complain. Today, I'm also announcing that the Department of Housing and Urban Development is providing immediate relief to renters and homeowners by suspending all foreclosures and evictions until the end of April. So we're working very closely with Dr. Ben Carson and everybody from HUD.
Okay. Yeah, but Mr. Racist, why do you call it the Chinese virus? Huh? Answer us that.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are
That's
reports
stupid.
of dozens of incidents
Moron.
of bias against Chinese Americans in this country.
Shut up!
Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China.
China.
That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
About Chinese
Yeah,
Americans
please,
in
John.
this country.
Please.
The aides behind you. Are you comfortable with this term?
I have great love for all of the people from our country. But as you know, China tried to say at one point, maybe they stopped now, that it was caused by American soldiers. That can't happen. It's not going to happen. Not as long as I'm president.
Good.
It comes from China.
Yes! Thank you. Plus, that's what you do with these viruses. That's what we've always done, and it was never once brought up that it was racist to call Ebola after the river in Africa. Why is the Spanish flu the Spanish flu? Do you hate Spanish people? No, it came from Spain. Or it actually originated here, but it was more prevalent in Spain, so that's what they named it. German measles. Do we hate Germans? It's Germany! That's why. That's where it came from. Over and over and over, every instance of these major diseases named after where it came from or where it was most prevalent. For the love of heaven, why do they... and look at her. She's so indignant. Just use your noodle a little bit, Puddin'. Okay? Hun? Can you figure that out, maybe? That in the past, that's what we've always done? Why is it all of a sudden racist? How is it racist, anyway, to call it a Chinese virus? Because it came from China. These buffoons just insist upon tearing us apart.
Always looking for a victim.
Every single time on every issue, somebody's got to be a victim. Let's see. Got some tweets here. Chicken Too Tasty tweets, with the laking on the roads that we had the other day that we were talking about when it was raining so hard, were there fish swimming down in the street? Or does it have to be on a sunny day, too? Nah, yeah, it's got to be sunny.
Yeah. Conditions weren't perfect.
No. Courier for Christ. Thanks for the prayers yesterday, guys. My parents are fine after this earthquake. So far, they can't see any foundation damage. The house is just a mess. Wow.
Boy, Utah.
Yeah, 5.7 is pretty strong.
So weird.
I understand there's rumors, people saying that they expect a stronger one now, anytime. And so the stores were emptied in Utah. Like everybody rushed out to get whatever they could all of a sudden. I actually have Diane, who's in Utah. Diane, hi, you're on the Blaze. Tell us about what things are like after the earthquake.
It was pretty scary. I was in my office and with some other coworkers. They have scaled back how many people are in our office. So we were in there during the earthquake. It was horrible. It was just the worst thing I've ever experienced.
Really?
But then we were able to evacuate. We kind of waited. I had the girls wait until it finished because we didn't know what was going to happen next. Then we evacuated the building. But the bad part is companies have their areas where they congregate together after they evacuate. So there's a group of us all together, which shouldn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the coronavirus. But then I got to thinking, it's kind of, the coronavirus was kind of a plus, or I don't know if I want to say blessing, because there were no children in schools. A lot of businesses were closed, so the risk, as far as I heard, there were no deaths. There was structural damage and things like that. But I think, kind of looking at that was a good thing to have people at home and not in businesses, and people were safe. So it was horrifying. I'm apprehensive about going back into the office.
I'll bet.
We're not going in today, but I don't know about Friday. I might take Friday off. It was a little stressful.
Have you heard this rumor that experts are expecting a bigger one than this?
Yeah, it's not the experts. It's just people.
That's what it usually is, right? Because there's no way to predict that, right? We don't know if there are more earthquakes coming.
Right. Usually it's the initial one that is the biggest.
Yeah.
But when I was home after probably about 1 o'clock, we had another one that was a 4.7. That was stressful. So, but after that, we've had quite a few, but they haven't been anything like the beginning. So,
well,
yeah, it was.
Is this was this
the world coming?
Was this the Wasatch Fault?
Yes, I believe so.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. They say that one's been overdue, and maybe this is it. Maybe you kind of dodged a bullet here and just relieved itself there with the 5.7. That would be nice. But with all the earthquakes, the locusts, the pandemics, the hysteria,
the no professional sports on TV. I mean, this is
Tell me that's not an apocalypse in and of itself.
Right, a corona apocalypse.
Yeah,
well underway.
It's not great. All right, 888-933-93. Let me tell you about Burrow. Even though New Year's resolution season is pretty well over, it ended March 3rd, of course, here on the show. There's still some stuff to get excited about, even in the face of all of this nonsense. We got a new decade. There's an election coming up. Hopefully they won't cancel that. So maybe you're noticing with all this time you're spending at home that the flaky vinyl couch you got secondhand from Craigslist is due for an upgrade. Make a change that everybody can get behind by replacing it with a brand new sofa from Burrow. It's called the dead of winter for a reason. Now that all the holiday prep and the festivities have died down, there's kind of a period where everybody just does nothing. And boy, especially right now in light of the virus and we're all staying home. So if you're looking at that furniture a little more than usual, go to burrow.com/Pat. One of the great things about Burrow is this is adaptable furniture. It's fantastic. You pick your own fabric, your color, the leg finish, the armrest style, and whatever length you want. And then if you decide or you move or things change, you can always rearrange those and reconfigure it with the new legs or a new length, or take a section out of it and just put an arm at the end of it. If you've got a sectional. I mean, it's adaptable furniture. It's
that's cool.
Really cool. More than just sofas, too. They've got Sleep Kit, which Sleep Kits transform your body's comfy sofa into an even comfier bed. They offer a collection of affordable rugs and coffee tables, love seats, armchairs, ottomans. Free 1-week shipping, too. Get $75 off your purchase and free 1-week shipping at burrow.com/Pat. That's BURROW.com/Pat. Burrow.com/Pat for 75% off at Burrow.
Pat Gray.
Oh, I got to clear this up before we go any further. Just doing the Burrow spot, with the adaptable furniture, which is so cool. $75 off your purchase. It's not 75% off. It's $75 off at burrow.com/Pat. Okay? All right. 888-900-3393. Also, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, we got Jackhole Zombie tweeting, I have mixed feelings about the whole coronavirus thing, but I know this. America's dogs are pretty happy about all their owners having to stay home. Yeah, no doubt about that. It's amazing how loyal dogs are. Man, they miss us when we're gone. And they're just so happy every time to see us.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
but,
it's like,
boy.
Don't you ever get sick of us? Yeah. Do you want to walk off by yourself and just be alone for a while?
Just a great combination, though. Having your kids at home all day, having your dogs at home all day, and it's raining all day, every day here in Texas.
It's perfect.
It's really great. And there's some music for us.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. That was a nice accentuation to whatever it was you were talking about. I missed 2019 tweets. According to Fox News, Philadelphia, the Hallmark, is doing a marathon of Christmas movies to cheer people up. Really? That's kind of cool.
No, it's not.
Huh. That's kind of fun.
No.
Yeah, I like it.
Terrible.
Appalachian American, that sweet spot is $60 to $80 per barrel. Gas is under $3 a gallon, and all the oil-related companies are making money at $20 a barrel. They're talking about shutting everything down, right, for 2 weeks and hoping that the demand increases.
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of shutting everything down, Dylan, part of the team here in the past, now he's jumped ship because he found something better to do, I guess, down the hall with Stu. Remember Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he tweeted out last night that we are literally, as you have always said, shutting the country down.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes. Heather Tipton Smith, I deliver for DoorDash and Instacart. Most of the restaurants won't even allow people to sit down to wait for their food. Wow. I mean,
that's
and again, this is forced on us by the government. So, okay, when my business is teetering on the brink of disaster, are you going to make me whole? Can the government do that? Should the government do that? Well, I think yes. When they force your shutdown. Because that was through no choice or decision process or anything that you did on your own. It's such a mess. It's really a mess. Let's see. Did we lose our? Oh no. Did we? I think we lost. Oh, there he is. Okay, Raymond's in Champaign, and Champaign is one of those places where the government is really cracking down, really taking control, really out of control, as far as I can tell. Hey, Raymond, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, guys, how are you doing?
Doing good.
First of all, if Jesse Kim survived the Black Plague in the 1300s, the coronavirus is just a sniffle for him. Here in Champaign, people are pissed. People are freaking out because they're scared. They're more scared of what they're going to lose than they are of the virus itself.
And they should be. They should be.
Yeah. And there's a local bar not far from here that refused to close, and the governor's office said that if he refuses to close, they're going to pull his liquor license and possibly arrest him.
My gosh.
And so the next day, he was forced to close, and he said that his business is done. He has to close the doors for good because he doesn't make enough money to be able to get through this if they shut him down.
Jeez.
And in Champaign here, the people are so scared, and they tried to talk to the city council members to try to prevent this from going through, and the city council passed it unanimously.
Amazing. That's amazing.
So not only are they closing bars down. I mean, it's a big campus town. It's the University of Illinois.
Right.
Here.
Yeah.
And they closed the bars down, but now they're talking about possibly closing all liquor stores down.
Man, appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Raymond. Those were my thoughts when we heard that announcement from them. And there are jurisdictions all over the country that are doing similar things right now. They're talking about martial law in California. Considering declaring martial law. Yeah, be afraid. Not of the virus, but a big, stinking, overbearing government. Well, what should we do? We should wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Oh, yeah, I'll suggest one thing. No. You need to understand. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. You need to wash your hands. Yes, please just wash your hands. Will you please wash your hands? There we go. I just wanted to tell you one thing. Yeah, just one thing you have to do.
Yeah, and don't eat bat.
Oh,
that's on the B.
Don't eat bats. Don't eat bats. Don't eat bats. Okay, I don't have one really prepared for that.
That was the dance mix version. There.
The extended version.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got some tweets here at Pat Unleashed. Just too muck and fudge. Is that going to kill us on YouTube now today? Ah, jeez. Look what we did. Probably be flagged.
We'll find out. We'll find out
By
later.
the way, youtube.com/Pat Gray.
Yeah. See, there are certain
Unleashed.
things that you get on the live version of the show that you don't get later because YouTube.
Yeah. Little extra treats for you. Some bonuses. Little Easter eggs.
But we'll see if this one snuck under the radar.
From Just Too Muck and Fudge. Ooh, Christmas movies to cheer us up. When will Die Hard be on? Okay.
Yes! Yes!
Well, this is the perfect time for Die Hard because it's got nothing to do with Christmas. All right. Keith went to a Home Depot in Fort Worth yesterday, and they had kind of an interesting little announcement. A little sign outside.
Well, yeah. What was this?
They gated the doorway. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, so they closed off. They closed off the garden inn. They closed off the one entrance. Only one entrance open.
You can only go in one area.
Yeah, and they got a guy there counting people. Yeah,
and it says, in accordance with the city of Fort Worth's new occupancy limits, effective 17th, the number of occupants is restricted to 125, and they're strictly doing that.
Yeah,
right?
so you have a Home Depot bouncer now who then pulls back the rope lines for you.
Okay.
And on the way, so going in, there was
like getting
no wait.
into Studio 54 in the 70s.
Yeah, so going in, there
I
was...
get to go into because I'm a celebrity.
Yeah, Home Depot, baby. This is where we party in the back room. And then on the way out, there were about 40 people waiting to get in. It was ridiculous.
Really? Wow.
But while I was in there, I thought it really didn't help the Corona Apocalypse vibe by the music they were playing over the speaker. I've never seen anything like this in Home Depot. It's a bad time to be playing the... Just look at... What in the world? This is in Home Depot!
What is that, from Phantom of the Opera
I
or
don't
something?
know what... Anyway, so that was my experience yesterday at the Home Depot.
That is kind of foreboding.
Creepy. It's creepy.
Very. All right, 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Something that also concerns, many of the things this president has done. Sorry, I lapsed into Tennessee mountain man speak there. Many of the things this president did. Oh, fixing to done. He's fixing to have done some...
There's nothing wrong with fixing. There's nothing wrong with fixing. Okay, because when I was in Lincoln, Nebraska, going to school at the University of Nebraska, I had an internship at a TV station, and I asked the weather guy, who was from Chicago, hi, Dean Wysocki, and I said, hey, Dean, is it fixing to rain? And then Dean Wysocki decided to make an example of me in the newsroom there and really loudly say, fixin'? Fixin'? What kind of word is fixin'? So I'm sorry that I'm not from Chicago like Dean Wysocki, but I'm telling you, in the South, you're totally fine saying fixin', okay? Okay. I'm not bitter, I'm just saying. I'm scarred.
I think maybe you got a tongue lashing that you deserved there, but
whoa,
maybe that's just me.
So
anyway, he's fixing to be a wartime president, is what he's fixing to do. A lot of things that he has done, the steps he has taken, and I think he's handled this virus really well.
I do too.
I think he's done some great things. I think he's doing great things. I think there's also some scary aspects to what he's doing. The $1.2 trillion in bailout money.
Yep.
Come on now.
Yep.
That is not.
It's getting ugly. Yeah.
There's no Republican that should be on board with that. I don't understand. There's not one Republican who should say, yeah, nice idea. Let's do that. Let's get $2,000 into the hands, free money of all Americans. Okay? No, what you would do as a Republican is say, you know what, Mr. President, why don't we do this? Let's suspend taxation for a while. Let's just take less money from them. Yeah. Let's just take no money from them for the next 2 months.
And how much has...
Don't take any money.
This media hysteria forced his hand in so many of these areas.
Yeah, right. And so the Democrats suggest something, and he says, yeah, and let's do it more. He ups the ante. We've upped our ante. Now, up yours.
Or is it down yours?
I don't know. So anyway, he yesterday called himself a wartime president and invoked the Defense Production Act. And then I think he probably got a little bit of pushback from somebody because he said, oh, no, that's for the future. And that's just in case. We're just going to be on a wartime footing, but I'm not doing anything with that right now.
Okay.
But the powers you can wield under that act are enormous. And also declaring the federal emergency. He's got so much power at his command right now. Mm-hmm. It's cause for some concern.
That is a silver lining. And all of this, though, that this isn't happening under a President Obama or a President Hillary Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
That would be a freaking disaster.
Yes.
But eight Republicans voted against it. Can you believe? I can't even fathom it. Just 8 Republicans now? There are just 8 real, honest-to-goodness conservatives left. One of them, of course, Mike Lee. Another one, Rand Paul. Those 2 of the usual suspects who continue to fight for their principles. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Now, obviously it failed, and he signed it into law already. I mean, this happened quickly. Too bad we couldn't get action like that on getting rid of Obamacare. That would have been nice. But now we can expect to get 2 great checks under the Treasury Department proposal. They're asking Congress for $500 billion in direct payouts for taxpayers as part of the $1 trillion plus package that he signed into law yesterday. The 2 rounds of direct payments to taxpayers. Again, why would you do the payments? Just let us keep our money. Don't give free money to people, which isn't free. Taxpayers pay for this. Just let us keep more of our money. But no, that's not what's happening. I don't understand why. It would be so because you couldn't get Democrats on board. That's why. It would be a hell of a fight, and they'd never go along with it. They'd be yelling and screaming about tax cuts for the wealthy. The wealthy are getting another tax cut from this president who only cares about millionaires and billionaires. I'm going to have, my head's going to explode during this process. And it's going to have nothing to do with the pandemic, other than, it just created more tension and more stupidity.
Don't be taking Advil, though.
Oh, yeah, that could make it worse, right? Mm-hmm. Direct payments to taxpayers, each a total of $250 billion, would be sent on April 6th. That's soon. 2 weeks away. And then a second round would be sent May 18th, according to the proposal. So we get 1,000, I guess, on April 6th, and another 1,000 on the 18th.
Yeah, they're throwing out a bunch of numbers. I know, I forgot. I think it was Maxine Waters. Somebody on the left wants $2,000 per adult and $1,000 per child.
Oh, really? Both times? Or is that all together?
That I don't know.
I think that's both times. Well, I've got 6 kids, so do I get paid for all of them?
Are they still with you?
Yes.
You should. Now it's time to get on the phone. Hey, I really miss you guys. Why don't you move in for a while until this thing blows over?
I don't have to get on the phone. They're all coming back. They're all coming back.
Oh, no. So
we were alone 8 months ago, Jackie and I, for like 8 months.
Oh, no.
We were empty nesters.
Oh, no. No, I don't know where this setup is going, but it has a feeling it's going to have a Jeffy's house ring to it here.
Yeah. Now, let me just say not so much.
Okay. Well,
about half our children or more are back with us now.
Think about this free money that all of the politicians in D.C. are talking about throwing out there. I mean, Andrew Yang, you're old school on your whole Mincome thing. This is everybody's on board now.
Yeah, for sure. Trump was asked about the proposal, and he said, I don't want to get into that right now because there are different numbers being discussed. Well, you're going to have to mail us a check in 2 weeks. You better figure it out. He did say, though, we want to go big. Oh, good. Going big would have been, you know what? We're going to forego all taxation. All federal taxes are gone right now.
Taxation is done.
No gas tax, no income tax for 2 months. And you can't be foreclosed on for 2 months. Okay, I can go along with that. That seems reasonable. But I'm going to send you a check? No, that's not the way to do it.
Yeah, why don't we stop withholding?
Yeah, why not?
Do this.
Right.
I mean,
that would help a lot. Let me take 60 seconds and tell you about ExpressVPN. You know, there's a ton of VPN providers. You've probably heard about some of them, and some you may have even used before. But I only recommend brands that I really believe in. That's why I recommend ExpressVPN. It is the best one on the market. They don't log your data. There's lots of really cheap or free VPNs making money by selling your data to ad companies. There's nothing more obnoxious or irritating and I think should be illegal. ExpressVPN developed a technology called Trusted Server that makes it possible for their servers to log any of your information at all. Second, the speed is amazing. You may have tried lots of VPNs in the past. A lot of them slow down your connection or make your device sluggish. But ExpressVPN gives you incredible speeds, internet speeds that are blazing. And it's that really cool thing where it pings all over the world, and so people can't track you with cookies. They can't track your location. So protect yourself with the VPN that I use and trust. Use my link, expressvpn.com/unleashed today, and get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/unleashed, and get, again, this is a pretty good deal, 3 months free on a 1-year package. expressvpn.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. What does ESPN plan to do instead of sports for the next who knows how long?
Well, I mean, what a bad time for them to get out of the politics business, huh?
Yeah. I think they're probably going to get back into the politics business for a while because they don't have any sports to cover. So what are they going to do? I think they're going to just play. You know, I think they've shown us. They're going to do 30 for 30. They're going to do E60s. They're going to do old games, matches.
Oh, they're not going to show our paper football matches like yesterday. If you go to @PatUnleashed on Twitter, you can see Pat kicked my butt at paper football.
That was a barn burner.
It was.
It's a nail biter.
I mean, I came close a couple times to scoring.
Thriller, but he didn't.
No.
He didn't score, but I did. And well, see for yourself.
I'm like Beavis and Butthead.
Today, there may be more basketball or sports coming to Pat Gray YouTube channel
or the Twitter
or to Twitter,
somewhere.
wherever. Also, I guess since we don't have actual basketball, we do have babies crawling down the basketball court.
Yeah, so
I haven't seen a good baby race for a while.
Back in olden times, kids, we had this game called basketball, and they would play on the old hardwood, and then they would take a break at halftime, and they would try to entertain us that way. And so I guess recently at a Boston College, University, or
Pittsburgh.
Pitt University basketball game, we had some babies let loose on the court.
That kid in the blue was doing pretty well at first.
Yeah,
and
he
then
got confused. Maybe get him tested, right?
Turn around! Turn around!
And you're dumb. Come, what are you doing? Go back. Now check this kid out in the blue though. He's starting.
yeah.
So who are you gonna put money on between these two? Come on, what do you got?
I think I'm going with the kid on the
blue
closest
kid or
lane,
the white
the
kid?
blue.
Yeah, the white.
Yeah.
The girl in the white top seems a little confused. I wouldn't pick her.
Yeah,
either.
she just sat down. She
Look
got
at
really
it.
tired.
Hello.
This guy keeps going though.
Yep. Look at this. Okay, you're gonna get distracted now. Wait a minute. Hold on. She figured it out, man.
She's back in the game.
She figured it out. But look, he's got such an insurmountable lead. That's like the
How far does he have to go? That's a long way for a baby.
You got the Falcons on the left and the Patriots on the right. That's called foreshadowing.
And
Here we go. Okay, so there's the finish line where the other parent is waiting. All right, and then this kid's got it. I mean, he's got it figured out, right? I mean, he's He's got to wait. Hold on. What's going on? Look at the little girl. The girl's figured it out. She sees her dad at the other end of the court. Ladies and gentlemen, she's trying to make this competitive. Look how fast those little arms are moving. Look at the little chubster. Look at her go. And she crosses the finish line first. Amazing.
A surprise. What a comeback.
Right?
One of the all-time great baby crawling comebacks in the history of...
That's what they say. That's exactly what they call that. The greatest baby crawling comeback in history. You saw it here on Pat Unleashed.
That's great.
Thank you to whoever sent that to me.
At least it provided us with some...
That's all we got.
Semblance of
That's
a race.
all we got. Yeah.
Of a competition.
Yeah, and also making the rounds today with a big race going around a swimming pool. You want to see a couple of canines and another barn burner?
Do I?
If you will. Yeah, here we go. Watch this one.
Here they come. They've completed lap number 5. You got Lexi in the lead. Louie tried to track her down. Here's Louie to the inside. A back away. Millie gets in the way. They make contact. Here again, Lexi leading out of turn number 3. Here comes Louie trying to shut it down. Checker flag in the air. Lexi will win by 5 dog lengths.
All right, Lexi. Nice job. She lapped that one dog, got in the way.
What were they chasing there? How did they get him to do that?
Dogs are bored during the lockdown as well, Pat. Okay. I mean, it could have been that. Could have been the chasing of the tail, which my dog has been doing incessantly this week with the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go outside, so he's just been in a circle.
Well, how bored are you while we have this incredible lockdown of the country? 888-933-93 with what's going on in your life right now. Let's go to Melissa, North Carolina. Hey, Melissa, you're on the Blaze.
Hey. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. Hey, I agree with you totally about football. I don't know what I'll do if football doesn't come back on.
I know.
Start flipping over cars.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I have a few points that I'd like to point out about the China flu. And I'm a PhD epidemiologist and statistician, and I was in the public, in the public health sector for a while, and then went to academics. And I tell you, I had to quit academics because it was so liberal. And I've been to a couple of your galas, and so I had a picture of me and Glenn and Stu and you and that in my office, a Constitution in my office, and picture of Pope John Paul II. And I was put down for that. And I can't get a bloody job. And it's been 2 years, and here I am, an epidemiologist full of ideas of how I could help. And if Mike Lee or Rand Paul ever goes for president, I'd love to be on their health team. But what I wanted to tell you about the public health community, which you may be seeing, it's a very, very socialistic group of people. And there are not many conservatives in it. And that's why I don't think a lot of things are getting done, and I don't know why the TVs aren't interviewing epidemiologists, because we're the ones who derive all the models and predict where it's going to go. But anyway, back over to, I think it's kind of overhyped a little bit, but I am really concerned about the economic sequelae from all of this.
Yep.
And that's what really bothers me. And I think, no matter what, you can't say Trump in, a college campus, but I think what he's doing is he's doing his best. And I think he's been doing it really, really well. And but the other thing that I just want to bring up is ageism. I'm Glenn's age, and no one will hire me, and because I'm old now. But if you know anyone who needs an epidemiologist, I'm pretty good. So let me know. But
I will. A lot of people who need epidemiologists come directly to me, and so when they do it next time, I will definitely recommend you. I'll say I know Melissa in North Carolina is a really good one.
And I'm a nurse as well.
Okay.
And nobody wants me.
Oh, man.
But anyway, it's so funny because at the university they would have these big global warming, conferences and stuff, and I couldn't even go because I was afraid I was instantaneously going to combust, and just blood shooting out everywhere, and I just couldn't go. And they hold that stuff against you.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let you guys know that, a lot of the public health people are so pro-socialist, and they're not really, this is horrible for me to say, but I don't think I think they care more about abortion than they do about anything else.
Absolutely, they do. Yeah.
And after this is done, they're going to go after global warming like this. This is what I believe. And I may be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But they're going to be delivering all these sanctions on global warming and taking away our rights.
Well, they will. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Melissa. They will if we elect a Democrat to be the next president. There's no doubt that global warming will be their next emergency that they declare, and we got to stop it. Also, as far as this is being overblown, there's a Stanford professor who says that the data indicates we're severely overreacting to the coronavirus.
Huh.
Yeah, Stanford's John P.A. Ioannidis, co-director of the university's Meta Research Innovation Center and professor of medicine and a bunch of other things that would take too long to mention, suggests that the response to the coronavirus pandemic may be a fiasco in the making because we're making seismic decisions based on utterly unreliable data.
Wow.
The current coronavirus disease, COVID-19, has been called a once-in-a-century pandemic, but it may also be a once-in-a-century evidence fiasco. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Draconian countermeasures have been adopted in many countries. If the pandemic dissipates, either on its own or because of these measures, short-term extreme social distancing and lockdowns may be bearable. How long, though, should measures like these be continued if the pandemic churns across the globe unabated? How could policymakers tell if they're doing more harm than good or more good than harm? The woefully inadequate data we have so far, the Meta Research specialist argues, indicates that the extreme measures taken by many countries are likely way out of line and may result in ultimately unnecessary and catastrophic consequences. Due to extremely limited testing, we're likely missing the vast majority of infections from COVID-19, thus making reported fatality rates from the World Health Organization meaningless.
Yeah.
Patients who've been tested for SARS-CoV-2 are disproportionately those with severe symptoms and bad outcomes. With very limited testing in many health systems, he suggests, selection bias may only get worse as we go forward.
There you go.
So, there it is. From a pretty solid expert.
Yeah, the numbers are flawed because of the sample size. Yeah, this is... that
will mitigate a little bit because we're going to get a lot more testing now. The tests are coming online. People are more and more getting tested, and they think that so the numbers are going to skyrocket as far as people infected once you have more people tested, because they say 86% of the people spreading this thing around have no idea they have it.
You got the 2 congressmen now who have tested positive, but what is that? 2 out of 535 at this point. So we're still at. I did the math here. It's Keith math, though, so check it. Less than 1/5 of 1%, right?
Right.
So
you got Jeffy out there, though, spreading things around. So
see, that's what screws up the numbers.
Yeah, when
you've got a Jeffy in your community.
Yeah.
So expect the Texas numbers to skyrocket here in the next week or two.
Exponentially.